Hey everyone, this is Chris at Realridesharestories. How are you doing today? So you signed up to be a Uber and Lyft driver. Now what? Uh, right now, actually waiting. It could take up to a week or so for all of your paperwork to uh, be processed and your background check and your driving record all to come back positive to be able to drive. So it could take a little bit of time. So essentially, it's playing a waiting game. But there's definitely a few things that you want to do in order to make sure that you get your first ride smooth. So right after you submit the paperwork, then there's definitely some good things to know about just before you even give your first ride. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about right now. So first thing off, get familiar with the apps. Both Uber and Lyft have a completely different driving app. You want to get familiar with the functionality of it. You want to get familiar with where things are located within the app. If you're just signing on for the first time and going and driving, and you don't know anything about the app, you're really going to get frustrated quick. So once you download the app, go through it, play with it a little bit, see what it's all about. You won't be able to go online to drive, but you'll be able to at least understand the functionality of the app, what it looks like, what the settings are, different things along that. You want to start paying attention to the events that are going on around you as well, just so you know where things are happening, so you know where people are going to be looking for rides. And that way you'll be able to start off the gate making some good money then. So you want to know like sporting events, what's going on around, college events, um, like what colleges are busy and when. Thirsty Thursday is a big thing with college and college night. The airport, you want to know how the airport's going to work around you. You also want to know how pickups are within the airport because nearly every airport has their own little rideshare pickup spot. So you want to know where to go when you do that, which the app itself does a pretty good job with the driving. So you just need to understand and know where that is first. Any special events coming up as well within the area, concerts, seasonal events. You just want to get familiar with the events that are going around you and your area. Then you want to know what's your schedule look like. Being a rideshare driver, you get to go on whenever you want. There is no restriction. It's basically go on when you want, go off when you want. There is a length of time. If you pass that, they will log you off. It's like 10 hours in a row or something like that. I don't remember. But if you go anything beyond that, that's when they log you off. But other than that, if you go on when you want, you go off when you want. So the thing is, you want to know what your schedule is looking like. You want to know how to balance things between work, school, free time, and doing rideshare. Take time to figure out what your schedule is going to look like. Ask yourself, how much money do you want to make extra per week, per month, whatever it might be, or if it's for something special or a gift or whatever it is. Ask yourself how much you really want, and then it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out what your per hour rate average is going to be. Like my rate's going to be different from somebody in a different town, different city. So it's really going to kind of depend. But yeah, that's one of the big things is it'll take a little bit of time for you to figure that part out. But before that, you'll be able to know. So like when can you go out? When are the times? And then approximately what your goal is in terms of money. Go by maybe like $15 or $20 an hour. And that will kind of gauge it out for you a little bit. You definitely want to make sure that you really give your car an inspection. Inspect the tires, inspect the brakes, check all of the fluids in the car, make sure they're up to where they should be in their normal range. Check your wiper blades, and definitely your wiper fluid. Check all your lights, make sure they're working, they're on properly. Check your seatbelts, make sure they function safely and properly as well. Also check everything around the car, make sure it's working properly, there's no leaks or anything. You want to change your oil if you haven't. You want to make sure everything with the vehicle itself is in peak working condition. So then that way, it's going to keep your money in your pocket with better gas mileage, as well as making sure everybody in the car is going to be safe and there's going to be no issues. You want to make sure to give your car detail as well, too. Clean car is going to be great for riders. It's going to help you get more tips. And just having a clean car in general is just going to be better. People are going to be happier with that. Higher star rating, quite a few different things. Any crap that you have in the car, anything extra, keep out. Things that you do want to keep in are like jumper cables, a little bit extra oil in case anything happens where it's leaking. Anything like that, you want to make sure that you do keep in the trunk. One thing I do recommend strongly is getting a dash cam. A link in the description below for the dash cam that I use and that I definitely do recommend. It's just going to be a very good thing for you. Make sure to check out my other video on also saying, should you get a dash cam? Check that video out because I go into a little bit more detail on the reasons why you should have a dash cam. Next also is a kind of a big thing. Check your insurance. Some insurance companies will not insure you if you are a rideshare driver. So you definitely want to make sure you have insurance, and you want to make sure that the company you are with will also cover you when you are driving for rideshare. Now, Uber and Lyft do cover you during the ride itself. So when you go pick somebody up and you drop them off, you're covered under Uber and Lyft's insurance policy. But every other time, you are on your own policy. So again, some companies will not actually cover you. So make sure that your insurance will cover you. Now, those are a few things that you can do for yourself before you even get on your first ride. A couple of other ways to educate yourself are joining some of the forums that are online, going to the local office for Uber and Lyft, getting familiar with the area. You can also talk to other drivers and then continue to watch the educational videos as well that I'm going to be releasing every week for you. So with that being said, this video is now come to an end. It's a great way, though, if you are becoming a rideshare driver, to get these few things taken care of beforehand so your first ride does go nice and smooth. So if you enjoy this content, make sure you give a thumbs up. Again, comment below if you do have any questions or any issues, or if you got any other ideas that you can think of to help make it run smoother. And make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for all of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you next time. Still watching? That's all right. This video might be over, but the fun doesn't have to be. Video up top. If you click that, that'll take you to the last video that we just did. And the video down below is what YouTube thinks you should watch. If you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button right over here. And we'll see you next time.